Hey guys, did you all miss me? Not did you all miss me when I have maybe two loyal persons that watch my or listen to my podcast. Guys, let's talk about. Did I say welcome back to the podcast? Is that my intro? Did I say welcome? Wait, let me get this right. Let's call it a podcast. Oh my god. So guys, hey, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Buenas noches, dias. I don't remember my few Spanish words that I've gotten in high school. Anywho, let's talk about being the parent for your child that you always wanted for yourself. I am a very, I would think, overprotective person, especially parent. I want my child to know that they or he is loved. The fact that I have one child, a son, and I'm saying they, and there will never be a next one, but that's besides the point. The fact I want my son to feel heard always. I want my son to know he's loved always. I want my son to have an issue and know that, you know what, I can go to my mother. I want my son to just want somebody to talk to, not even something that's serious, and he will talk to me. I want my son to play his game and want to play with me. That's what I want for my son because I feel like my son is my whole world. And I don't want that to be something that is ever compromised. I don't want that to ever be something that he has to wonder about. I don't want him to ever guess. I don't want him to ever be in a situation where he is like, my mother loves me, but sometimes I feel like, no, absolutely not. You should know at all times that I got you. At all times that I love you. At all times I will defend you every time. I feel like I did not necessarily, and I don't like saying things like that because sometimes people tend to take it personally when in fact, why would you take it personal when that's legit, like facts, like that's what happened. The only thing is I'm repeating it. The only thing is now you know how I felt, right? I always knew that if ever I had a child, my child would be everything. And I know it's easy to like get wrapped up in all that and end up with a spoiled child because I was even listening to two persons talking, and this woman, she said that her first son was she made the mistakes with her first son, and I think she kind of touched on some things that I personally would do, and I'm kind of taken aback, like, should I do that though? Because she had said that her first son, she gave him everything. She wanted him to be in the best everything, and that was always a mindset that I had. I always wanted my child to have the best of everything. His name is literally Luxurio because I wanted a name that was luxurious. I wanted a name that when he heard it or when anybody else heard it, they knew that, yeah, he is the man. He is all that and a bag of chips. Don't play with him. I wanted his self his self-esteem to be through the roof. I wanted him to be confident like none other. Like that's what I thought when I thought, you know what, I want my child to have this name. So his name is Luxuria. But I've never been a brand person. I've never been the kind of person that went for brands. Like he needs to be in the name brands, the whatever the name brands are. See, I don't even know them. The Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, the Nike, all those stuff. I've never been that kind of a girl. But I've always said that I want him to look and feel his best at all times. Going back to the story with this lady, she said that she gave her first son everything. He was in the best everything. He was in name brand everything. But then she said she had to realize that it came to a point where if she could not afford anymore to provide him with this lifestyle, what would you do? How would you react? What is he going to do to get this lifestyle, to maintain this lifestyle? She went on to say that she could not put a gold chain example down because he would take it. She couldn't put a diamond earring down because he would take it. And that is something that I absolutely, positively do not want for my child. I want him to be an honest guy. I want him to be a stand-up guy. I want him to care about people. I want him to be a gentleman but not be a footstool. I want him to understand a woman's mind, in the fact that I don't want him to be like these guys where they just think one thing and they don't care about how this might make a woman feel or whatever. No, I'm jumping the gun. Is literally almost two to even reach to the point of talking about women. But these are things that I think about, and I want him to have certain attributes. I want him to act in a certain way that I will be proud. I literally feel like if my son ends up being a cheater or somebody that does not care about other people's feelings, I would feel like I did not do my job well. I would feel like I did not raise him well, and I don't want that. I know it's easy to say you want all these things and you can, take the right path to doing these things, but at the end of the day, your child doesn't have to do what you want. Your child can have all the right attributes they were taught to him or her, but at the end of the day, they says that they don't want to be that person. They don't want to act like that person. And that's actually fine. But I want it to be instilled in him that he knows that this is the path that you can consider taking. It's the path that makes sense. Now, if you want to do something else, then I guess you're going to do something else. But maybe someday you will come back around to that thing. And that's how I think about it. So I want him to have everything. I want him to have the best life ever. I want him to have a life that I couldn't even dream about. I want him to have a life that even if I put pen to paper and I thought about all the things that I would want him to have, I want him to have that tenfold, 100-fold even. And I want him to love God. I want him to love God so much. And I don't want him to be the kind of person where said he loves God, but he doesn't have to go to church. He loves God, but Christians. I don't want him to be that person. I want him to emulate his uncle actually, because his uncle is such a spiritual person. He loves God. He meditates on the word of God. He puts God first. He believes in God. His faith is really something to be admired. That is what I want for my son. That is what I want for him. So I just want, I just saw him sleep, and I just thought about, wow, I hope you have everything in this world. That's good. That's God's plan for you. So, guys, I guess this is another short episode. I have a Patreon if you want to support that. And I just thank you for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. And tell me your story down below. What were your thoughts before you had children? Okay, guys. I will see you in my next podcast, or you will see me, or you will listen to me. I don't know how it works, but yeah. Bye.